Evening, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday Night Live. We've got loads of messages already. Our guest tonight is Andy Codes. Our moderator, she's got problems with the internet tonight, and she's working off a phone somehow. So we might not see her, or we may see her. But that's the internet, isn't it?
Yeah.
And even everybody who's come on, got a few fans on there tonight, isn't it, Andy? Just looking. Yeah. So, what are we going to yap about tonight?
Anything you want.
Along.
Yeah.
Make it up as we go along, really.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said yesterday, was going to go to Rendlesham and meet up, but
yeah,
had a bit of trouble with this thing with my car. And also, as I said, I don't think I'd go back there again on a summer Saturday afternoon. It's too mental.
Yeah, not in bank holiday. No. Not when the kids are off school.
Oh, it's unbelievable last week.
Well, it was so we were supposed to meet up yesterday, and it just didn't happen for a number of reasons, wasn't it? First of all, it's like you couldn't because of your car, and then I had a couple of issues. Basically, I had a dodgy stomach, so it was like, Plus, I didn't get to sleep till last time I looked at the clock on Saturday morning was 4 a.m. and then it was a 2-hour, 10-minute drive to Rendlesham. The weather looked pretty crap outside as well, and then another 2.5 hour back. So it's like, do I want to chance it? So
that's why I messaged you and said it's not. I don't think it's worth the trip.
Yeah,
but being a bank holiday would have taken probably more than 2.5 hours anyway.
Yeah, as soon as I hit Cambridge, that would have been it. It would have just, and there's roadworks on there. You got roadworks going through Craft Water, which is like Fraps inside of Northampton.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know.
Then you've got where the A14 and the M11 join, Bar Hill. Then when you come around there, you got all Newmarket side as well. And then when it splits to the A11 and all the other whatever it is, all the cut-offs, I'd have killed someone.
plus the speed cameras.
Oh, hundreds of them.
I know. I know.
Yeah. It took me a while to get there and all that.
Well, I'm going to have to be more careful now. I can't believe I got done going over the Dartford Bridge.
I didn't know you could go that fast over there.
Well, I wouldn't. I think that's where I was going. I think if I put my foot down a little bit, I'll get over before anything happens.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see the camera.
Yeah, they're fixed. They're all fixed on there, aren't they?
Anyway, there you go. Just got to be. I don't know. I can't seem to drive slow. I've never been able to do it. You know, it's just not in my nature.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment because I'm the same. It's not me. It's not who I am.
Can't help it. You know, I should be like an old codger. I am an old codger now. I should be pooting around. But anyway, if there's any coppers watching, I'm imagining things.
Well, I think there's a difference between driving erratically and going a little. I think that's more of a danger than it is going a couple of miles over the speed limit. Especially, I don't mean like in a built-up area, not like residential areas. I'm talking like motorways, carriageways, A roads, and all that. Going a couple of miles over the speed limit isn't that bad. Not when there's idiots and on the phone and not looking at what they're doing and
exactly
curbing it or going into. I've seen it going into the central reservation because they're too busy sending a text message. Like, sort your life out, mate. End up dead in a minute.
Well, there we go. It's that's why it goes, isn't it? Well, we got loads of messages. Hello, Mark. Hello, Moon. Happy Easter, he says.
Moon.
Apparently, we were on that. This is the last Happy Easter you'll be able to say. You won't be able to say it next year.
Yeah, you were saying.
Happy holidays, apparently.
Is it?
Yeah.
As long as I still get the time off work, I don't care what you call it.
Well, nobody give me any eggs anyway, so I don't care. Anyway. Happy.
I'm having eggs later with me gammon. That's it. That's the only eggs I've got today.
Someone said to me yesterday, "What do you talk about on the Sunday?" I said, "Anything."
Yeah.
Anything goes. And
yeah.
Why? I don't know why. I just saw it come up on Facebook. It's more lies, I suppose, from the government or troublemakers.
Yeah.
I don't really care anyway.
Whistleblowers.
Yeah, bloody country. Anyway, mustn't say too much. Don't want the old plots around here.
No. So did you ever see... So, you know, I had a UFO encounter about a month ago on the A14.
I think I read about that. Yeah, I must have done.
So I got the images up in case you wanted to talk about
it. Yeah.
So shall I...
Now, on fire on StreamYard.
If I can do this... So I can share a window. Here we go. So I can share it, but you have to add it.
Okay, right, I've done that.
So this is what I
see.
That
enough?
But
nothing nasty on here, is there? I'm going to get in trouble with.
No. They're all in a separate photo. No, I don't mean I've got loads of nasty stuff in a separate folder. I've got all different folders with like UFOs in one, ghost. It's all it's all categorized.
Oh, just
got out of that without a shovel. Yeah, so I thought this. I know a lot of people in my chat will be, yes, we know you spoke about it so many times, but I thought I was on the phone to Simon Riley on this one, and this was I think it was Cottingham in Cambridge, one of the little villages near Cottingham. Is it not Yaxley? That's Peterborough. It's going out towards Newmarket Way.
Yeah,
going up that way. And I'm like, is it not air balloon? And I'm thinking it's a little bit early in the year for hot air balloons to be going about. So that's the original photo. Yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm driving towards it on a little country road, and then Sam goes, if you don't look right, take a photo. So I pull up on a little lay-by, and this is what I've seen. Right, so this is the actual photo. I've not edited this or anything like that. And and this is what I got from it. So I'm looking, it's like straight away I thought, well, there's no basket at the bottom, but this looked teardrop shaped like a balloon. Yeah.
And
that first glance, I thought that was a basket.
Anyway,
yeah. So I'm looking at it, and these are stills. So when I took the photo, because it's an iPhone, it does a live photo. So I think it's 2 seconds of filming it does. And it's took the picture, and then when you press and hold the screen, you can see this thing rotating. There. Right? No noise coming from it, no lights. But looking at the pictures, like it's like someone's got a rock and just thrown it up in the air and then took a photo. I was watching this for about 2 minutes, driving towards it. It wasn't getting any further away. It wasn't getting any closer. There's no longitude or latitude, nothing changed. It stayed in the exact same position. Because I'm going down all these windy roads. I got to this point. Then I got to my next job. And I'm looking around and couldn't see it. But that is what it looked like.
It's not one of those secret aircraft, is it, from one of the air bases up there?
Well, it wasn't too far away from Mildenhall and Lakenheath. Probably that 20-minute drive. And I say, see that building?
Yeah.
It was at least that size
Cool.
because it was about a mile and a half away. Mile and a half. Yeah. I thought it was nice.
It's big, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, so this, why is it not? Sorry, I'm just looking for the next photo. This one. So Fire Spirit, Wayne, who's in the chat, he did a filter, colorization filter, and that is what it looked like. It gets rid of all the like shitty edges and what have you. But it was rotating. I think it was going either clockwise or anti-clockwise. I don't know without looking. I can't remember.
And you can see like this aura around the outside, can't you?
Yeah. See, I thought that was just because of the filter, but if you look at the other pictures, now this is a still from when we did the so that evening or that afternoon, I did a quick. It was a Monday afternoon, so I did a stream about it. It's like the spinning. My granddad and my uncle had one, a spinning top. What you use for gambling when you're playing cards, when you spin it, it has the numbers on it. It just looks like one of them. Do you know what I mean? The heavy metal ones.
Yeah.
Like they're quite weighted, aren't they? But yeah, that's weird.
Wow.
So it gets better, right? So the next day, driving down the A14 again, on the phone to Simon. I'm like, you're not going to believe this. He goes, what? I went, there's another hot air balloon. But this time it's at the side of me. In more where the A1 and the A14, where all the new bits been built, where it's all been linked together, it was at that bit. This is just outside Graff and Water, where you can turn off to go to Peterborough. So that was a photo, but you can't see it in that picture. It's there, but for some reason I can't see it because the next photo.
There it is.
So but if you look at where that is, you look at that bit. That's That's a bendy power pole. That's the same one, but it's there right. Yeah. That was within 5 seconds because I had to pull into the emergency parking bays on the A14 because there's no hard shoulder anymore. I had to pull in that to get it. So that looks like a hot air balloon, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Right? No basket again. So I driving down and it's all the way. It follows me all the way down till the turn off. As I get past Bar Hill and Cambridge, you do like a 90-degree turn, and then you head out towards Suffolk. So where the A14 and the M11 meet, you're southbound, and then you go around the spur, and then you go eastbound, and that's like Rendlesham, Felixstowe, down your neck of the woods, right? So this is where it gets interesting. So I do my route, don't see any, and every time I get out of the van, I'm looking around, nothing in the sky, clear sky. So I get back in, and from where I last seen it to where I first seen it, I measured the distance, and it was 18.2 or 18.3 mile. All right. I'm doing about 60, 65, all the way down here. No slowing down, didn't have to. It's the A14, straight through. Traffic was pretty good. It kept up with me, or stayed that little bit in front of me all the time. This must have been doing at least 68 mile an hour, right? Going southbound to stay. But obviously, I'm looking at the road because I'm driving. I didn't really want to crash. So every time I looked to my right, each initial look, it looked like a hot air balloon. Every single time. But when there's nothing in front of me and it's on a bit of a straight and you can look for a few seconds, that's when you realise it's not, and it was like some sort of metal object, and you could clearly see it had no basket. So as I'm going down, so where it is, I'll just zoom back out a bit. Oh, that's as far as I can go. No, it's not there. Jesus. I don't know what's going on. There, I'll just keep it at that. It was behind that tree line and it stayed at that same point all the way down. But as I was getting closer to Cambridge, just before I was ready to turn off, it wasn't. This is the ironic bit of it now. And I only realised the other day when I was thinking about it, it got bigger like a balloon. Like, when you get a just normal latex balloon and you blow air into it, or you pump it up and it inflates. Doesn't get nearer to you. It's inflating in the same spot. This is what this did. It got bigger because don't forget that picture zoomed in. So I probably seen it with my eye probably about that size. Yeah. But as it got nearer and as I got further and further down the road, it was probably that size as I'm looking at it. Didn't get any closer to me. It stayed at the same point, which is about half a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile at the very, very most. And it just seemed to inflate and get bigger and bigger. And it was, you can see how hazy it is.
Yeah.
But it was same sort of thing. It's like a metallic, grey, gunmetal grey type. Not shiny like a coin. I'm just trying to find something. I've got all sorts of stuff in here and I can't find it.
But when you look at the other pictures, you can tell it's metallic, can't you?
Yeah, it's like this kind of colour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't shiny, but you could see it was made of metal.
Kind of a bluey colour.
And then, so that happened. So obviously, every day after that, I'm still looking and looking, and I didn't see it again. 2 weeks ago, going down the A14, same point. I'm like, I'm not going to believe this. There's an hot air balloon. But this was an actual hot air balloon. You could see the basket, you could see the 3 people in it, you could see the flames. And I worked out the speed that was traveling towards me, because it was like coming across the road like that, not far from where this photo was taken, and going the other way, even if it was traveling the same direction as me. Sorry, I'll need to go back a step. It took me less than 40 seconds to get to this balloon that was a mile away. This is a real hot air balloon with the people in the bottom. Within 2 minutes, probably nearer a minute than 2, it was completely out of sight. Couldn't see it in the mirrors, nothing. And the road's quite flat. As you know, the A14 is quite flat. It's only hilly either side where they've dug it out. And it's completely gone. So I worked out, if that was a hot air balloon and that was traveling alongside me, hot air balloons cannot choose what direction they go. They've got to go with the thermals. That's why they go early morning or early evening. And it would not have been able to do 65, 68 miles an hour for nearly 20 miles.
No chance. No.
Not unless it had an hook on the back of my van. I was dragging it along. But this was like, so I'm south. This was west. So I'm heading south. This was west. And then I was turning off to go east and didn't see it again. But I've seen hot air balloons. There's a hot air balloon festival in Northampton every year. And you see all the different shaped ones like the Percy Bassett and the Boots and Love Hearts and all that kind of stuff. But just, I'm not the greatest at doing maths and physics and all that. But just to work out the maths and physics on it, it is not possible for a hot air balloon to do that unless it had a jet at the bottom or some sort of engine and flaps to make it go in whatever direction it wants to go. Plus, there was no basket on the bottom. And even though when you look at the photo, it looks like it's falling, that's only because I took the photo, then I moved the phone out of the way. So it looks like it's falling. But this is rotating as well. Hot air balloons turn very, very slow. Yeah.
Maybe it's instead of going to, there's nothing at Rendlesham now. Maybe they're eyeing up the air bases. Might be.
But this one wasn't that far from Cambridge Airport, which is used for the cargo planes for the Air Force.
Yeah.
But most of it are helicopters and light aircraft.
Could be, couldn't it? It could be, you know,
Yeah.
having a nose around.
Yeah, I'll just show you. Oh, but I just want to show you this one, if that's all right.
Oh, yeah,
so they're
look.
the two compared. So that one is the one on the Tuesday, and that one was the one on day one. The one that
Right.
don't know what an upside down pyramid.
Looks like a guitar pick, actually. First one.
But that one looks like someone's just got a stone, a little rock, and just thrown it up. But they were in the air for minutes, not moving, not going anywhere. So, I don't know. I don't know what they were. There's no windows. Didn't see any doors. Like I said, I'm looking at them with my naked eyes, and to me, they look like hot air balloons. They didn't look like anything else. But the more I looked, the more I could see they're not. And that's when there's no basket, there's no flames. It's where I used to work. I spoke about this before when I lived in Manchester. I used to do gas bottles, and the guy used to come in because he only used propane for the gas, same as what they use in LPG cars, same as used for cooking burgers and that on these snack vans at the side of the road. It's all propane. So the guy used to come in with the bottles on the back of his little pickup, and he's like in a metal cage frame. So he'd keep him in there, and we'd just go up, like climb on the back and fill them up. No, it'd take like a couple of minutes to do each of them. So I know enough to know what an air balloon is or isn't, is what I'm saying. I'm not an expert.
No, it's not. That's not
I'm not stupid either.
Mike said Mildenhall and Lakenheath are way off to the northeast.
Yeah, like I said, 20 minutes away. That's on a good day. So you're talking at least 12 mile away from the rock one. The plectrum one, they'd be nearly 20 miles away, 25 miles.
But if they are UFOs, it wouldn't take them seconds, would it, to get to Lakenheath, even if they are 20 miles away?
No.
Wouldn't take them long, would it?
Not at all. So, like I said, I don't know. It didn't look like a craft. They look like... So I called them not air balloons, rather than not air balloons, because they weren't. But there was no distinct shape to them. Don't know.
To keep the old eyes open.
Yeah.
You don't know, we'll walk around actually with our looking at the floor, don't we? Really?
Oh no! Since then, I look up at the sky 20 as often as I can.
I mean, I've had, as you know, told you before, I had that experience in Rendlesham. Not where we go, another part of it.
Yeah.
And I see this disc, went to get a camera, and it's gone. But what annoys me even more is the one that come above our heads in Bentwaters, and it went into segments, and I had a camera around my neck, and I didn't take a picture. I am it's gutted. Absolutely. It was so quick.
Yeah.
But now you talk about it, think, oh yeah, of course you did. But there were three of us witnesses. But it's you're never going to see it again, are you? Never going to see it again.
But this is another thing that said is like you can have your camera around your neck or your phone in your hand or in your pocket, but you're too busy looking to see what it is. You don't think of taking a photo. But now I'm making that conscious effort now. Not saying I will do it, but having a conscious effort of hoping to get my phone and take a picture of it while I'm there.
I'm not that. The day me and a friend of mine saw those half a dozen, I don't know what you call them really, stick people running through the woods. And again, I think, why didn't I video it? Because you don't think of it.
I know.
And I've never seen them since.
But can I just show you this photo?
Do we like, mate?
So this is the one, you can't see it proper on there, but this is me going down the A14.
Mm-hmm.
So my phone is on a, I'm not driving my phone in there before anyone has. It's on a magnetic thing.
Don't worry,
On,
we ain't going to
so
get
it's
all
like,
people watching us tonight.
so it's like that. It's like that on the dashboard. So I
Yeah.
can tilt it up so I can take photos. That's why you can see part of the dash on it. And this is the hot air balloon. So you'll see the difference straight away.
Oh yeah, yeah. Does
See
look
what I
like
mean?
it though. Yeah.
But you can see, I know it's not the greatest because of that. You can see the basket on the bottom where
Yeah.
it goes square, where the others don't have that because they're not hot air balloons.
I'm wondering, another idea. Maybe these craft can sort of shapeshift type thing.
I'm thinking that it was organic.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Maybe these things saw this balloon. I thought, we could.
Yeah.
Make it look like a balloon.
Yeah. Like copy and paste.
Copy
isn't
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very strange.
Yeah. So no noise, no lights, no beams of light, didn't feel any frequency or anything coming from him. But I had been asking for it to show itself and show me what this phenomena can do. And I'd been asking for a couple of weeks, and then this happens 2 days on the run. Now, Nicole, the co-host on Alienate, she emailed some of the companies around Cambridgeshire to see if they had any hot air balloons out. One company got back saying, yes, they did. It was at between 7 and 7:15 or 7:15 and 7:30, but that doesn't look anything like the balloon that we had out. Now, the first one that I seen on the Monday was 9 minutes past 9. That was the one in the village. And the one that I seen as I'm going down the A14, that was a day after, and that was 8:14 a.m. And it was quite overcast, as you can see in that picture. But this is the weird thing. This puts another bit of spin on it. The one that's seen on the Monday is the first official day of hot air balloon season. So you can only do it certain times because obviously you can't do it in the winter because there's more chance of accidents happening. So it's all to do, like you're saying before, it's all to do with the thermals. So you've got to wait for the Earth to tilt back. So you've got to wait for the summer solstice when you can start doing it, and then you're not allowed to do it after the winter solstice or spring and autumn, whatever it is. I think it's between March and October. So it's spring and autumn, not summer and winter. And it's all to do with the thermals.
Have to keep looking up at the sky, won't we?
Yeah.
Be interesting if anyone else sees these things on that part of the road as well.
Yeah. It's just weird how there's both in the same area. Now, I've got another additional bit to it. I can only talk a little bit about it because it's not mine. But I started doing co-hosting with Kate Hairgirl Ray on her in the Hawthorne. And she caught some of the stream that I did when I was talking about this. She was saying she was actually speaking to someone, and there's like, I'm looking at a hot air balloon through the window, but it's not actually a hot air balloon. It just looks like one. So she was going to get in touch with, and they live down, because she's like mid-north to north of England, and she was saying that this guy, he lives more in the south. So I'm just wondering if he's going to be in the same area of the UK that I was when he see it. And this was 2 weeks ago. So this was when I seen the hot air balloon itself. So I'm just waiting to hear back from that to see what any updates are. And it's just
interesting.
weird, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll have to keep watching out. And it's amazing, though, isn't it? What, just like spur of the moment, you think, like I did, oh God, what can I take?
Yeah.
A bit like when we was in the forest and you saw that soldier.
Yep.
and I'd seen those Germans in that pit there. I don't know. I was thinking about this today, but because I've still got that brain fog, whatever it was, whatever it is, it just goes. But
yeah,
I still think you've got to be in the right place at the right time. And I am sometimes wondering whether they know that you're in the right place at the right time. You know, because other people don't see these things.
I think it's when you're not fully conscious of what's going on around you. It's like when me and you, we first met and we were at the train, we're talking, and we seen the two. This is how big they was. I've kept this. Just They were that big and they were that colour orange.
Yeah.
But there's more. Yeah, it's like an hexagonal or decagon or something. And there's two lots of two that shot past. And we were just talking about it. And it's like, here we are, look. And because we didn't take any notice of him, it's like, I'm going to have to do it again. This time they might take notice. And the two did it exactly the same. Well, as near as.
So it's like, Elaine, she is on here, but she's not on now. She's doing it on the phone. I mean, I've had things fired at me in that forest. Yeah. All on that track 12 or the track next to it. And it's like, they must think, I don't like this bloke keep coming down here. And it's like, and I've had the marks where these objects have hit me. And that woman who was gliding across there's no way you could run across those tracks because you'd be over, you'd fall over.
Yeah, but that log is about 2 foot high off the ground.
It weren't. No, it was before that.
Oh, is it?
Come up from the lemon squeezer. You've got a track which leads to the farmer's field. So she would have either had to jump the fence, or over those logs that are still there. By the way, been there about 3 years, and those logs.
Yeah,
but it seems to me, and I've been, as you know, I've been in this game quite a long time. I think if you're meant to see them, you will, or hear them. And I don't know if it's just to wind you up or to keep your interest going. I don't really know. But those soldiers you saw, the ones I saw, and you think, well, that's weird. I can't explain. I'm still trying to get explanations of the photo of my daughter at that tree.
I know.
And I cannot.
It's mad.
I cannot. And nobody can explain it to me.
No.
So when Professor Simon came on, we're talking about energies.
Yeah.
But he said he didn't know.
No, and that's it. It's
it's like energies, isn't it?
It's frustrating. It's really frustrating because I say all the time, it's like me and Nicole have the question where we ask the guests, if you could find everything out about the paranormal and the phenomenon and supernatural, would you want to know? And for me, I wouldn't, because I like this bit. I like the problem solving, the mystery of it. I enjoy this. This is what keeps it ticking. And to know everything, it's like, once you know everything, then you can start asking other questions, why and when and all that. But I don't want to know that. I like the enigma of it. And that's what I use all the time. But
I mean, I've been walking out forest for 14 years now. I don't just mean once a week, once a month. I've been down there 4 times a week, And you think, I've seen things, as you know, I don't make things up. You've seen the photographs. But it's not every day, Andy. You might not see anything you might see a thing for 6 months. But it's just, and if you did know all about it, then obviously, you wouldn't bother, would you?
No, sorry. I think
that's right, mate. Am I keeping you up?
Past me bedtime. No,
must be boring.
It's just
we're not meant to know. We're not meant to know everything.
No, but I do now. The more I look into this, and the more rabbit holes and everything that we go down, I do strongly believe that we are part of this phenomenon. It's not I don't know whether we're creating it or it's being created for us, but we are part of why it's happening. Whether it's a consciousness thing that we're going to be doing, or I don't know. But I do think we're a big part of it.
I like that comment because I said this. I don't know if he's taken a mick.
Yeah.
Like I said, it gets boring, the paranormal. I said the other week, actually, there's so much paranormal stuff that people get fed up with it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they do, which is why, I mean, it keeps us going on a Sunday.
Yeah. But it's like, I'm not knocking anyone because I do it. But as you guys know, I've moved away from the ghost hunting content of doing it. I'm more, because my first in-depth thing of the paranormal is UFOs and cryptids and what they are and why they are. And then they're from here, are they from somewhere? And that's always been. And without sounding all shitty, it's like, well, a ghost is a ghost. It's like, everyone's convinced it's the spirit of a dead person. It's this, it's that. It's like, and it's like, there's too many people jumping on to go in, doing the ghost hunting, having these ghost hunting groups. I'm not saying, because I know some great people that do that and go out doing it and they get results all the time. There are other groups that go out all the time and it's like they're constantly getting stuff and it's like, but really? Do you know what I mean? So these the ones that are doing it for good and getting the genuine results and the ones that are doing it to get views and oh, look at me, I'm better than anyone else. And they're the ones that I can't be arsed with. And this is why I took a step back from paranormal and now concentrating on what's up in the sky and what's in the ground.
See, now, hello, Joe. I was out with Joe a few weeks ago, right? We went to one of these old houses in Norfolk. I think Amber Lynn's place or something. And I've said this on it before, but I'll tell you in case you didn't see it. We were in the kitchen area, right, doing this walk around. And Joe saw somebody behind me, I think that's what she said. And I made some stupid remark about scullery maids. You know me, Andy.
Yeah.
It's something stupid. And I'm not kidding, and she'll vouch for this. Something grabbed my neck and I just froze.
Yeah.
Now, I've been around these things all my life for many, many years now. I think even my bus pass is wearing out now. But, I've been around this for a long time. I don't make things up. I've no need to. What's the chances of that happening again?
Exactly.
Very rare. And it was one of my stupid remarks. They thought, I'll teach you a lesson, mate.
Yeah.
And clamped my neck. And she would but I couldn't say, come on, let's go down here tomorrow because it may not ever happen again. Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I've not gone somewhere and I'm like, nah, I'm not going in there. I'm not that brave. I'm not that stupid. So stuff does happen. And I've gone out, it's like with Bench Guy. I've gone out and there's the guy on the bench I spoke to, and then we watched a video back, and there's all different things for it to work out that it wasn't real, it wasn't a person. And the more we looked into it, the more weird it got. And I've gone other places where we've gone in and we've been there like a couple of minutes, like, no, can't stay in there, I've got to get out. And we've gone out and we've just sat there and we're looking into the area where we was, and it's like the most horrible feeling I've ever had. So stuff does happen, but it's not my thing. And I think there's too many groups being created, paranormal groups being created, that are jumping on the bandwagon of like TikTok and Shorts and Instagram, they want to be the ones on TV, where I just want to go out and share the encounters and get it on film and look, here it is. It's this is what I don't know what it is.
I never really watched it. That Most Haunted program back in the day, whenever that was 80s, I don't know when it was 90s.
Yeah.
I can tell you now, I've had so many things happen to me you wouldn't believe, and I'm still scared stiff of this stuff. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
They go in these houses, a big camera crew. Oh, yeah, that Derek, what's his name? Cora, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can all go in, the camera crew, lights, and all the rest of it. When you're on your own, believe me.
But I know, and I've got this from a good source, and not just one person. A lot of this stuff that you see on TV, they've caught stuff on camera, and they're like, we are not allowed to show it because it's classed as entertainment purposes only. It's for entertainment, and if they was to show stuff that they really caught, it just gets shut down. It's like all these groups that are getting shut down on Facebook and YouTube, and that's why they're all jumping different platforms. So what do you do? I get it. I understand it. But it's like, it's a numbers game for the TV. It's getting the viewers in. It's creating everything.
If you can't show it, then don't do it.
Yeah.
But I didn't used to watch it, but once was enough. I thought, this is, I've lived through it, and I'm telling you now, it is frightening. And in fact, I've been writing about it, Andy, last few days, weeks. People keep saying I should write stuff, but I've got lists and lists and lists of things that have happened. I wouldn't make a joke of it.
No.
But you don't know. You could go anywhere and just, if you're there at the right time, right place, right, and to say this energy thing, I suppose, then you will see something.
See, this is one of the other things. There's a question I had Heidi pop on the other day, and on Friday, and I said, are we creating this frequency so that and this is why I say we're part of this phenomena. Do we create this frequency? That's why we can see it, or are we connecting with something else? It's creating the frequency, and that's why we're getting that connection. It could go either way. It could be something completely different. I don't know. But
before we come on, I told you about that situation, didn't I, in that shop?
Yes.
I might as well say on it.
Yeah.
I used to work mediumship, but forget doing that. It's always been with me. But I went into a shop. I'm not going to mention any names. And a kid come up to me and asked me what I would like. Could he help me? And I mentioned something to him. I'm not going to mention it on here. And I told him something that his mother had done a few years previous. It was something that belonged to a famous rock star.
Yeah.
I went back the next day and the kid came up and said, "Oh, thanks, mate." I said, "What's the matter?" He said, "I told my mum about you." And she said, "Nobody, stranger, could come in the shop and tell you that story. But I did."
Yeah.
So what I mean is I was there, that kid was there, and someone thought we'd have a laugh here.
Yeah.
And I'll give them this message. So you've got to be like seeing us, say, spirits or a UFO. I think you've got to be in that right place at the right time. And have one of them from the other side connecting with you.
Yeah. There's got to be something to, I suppose, like you get like with connections in normal everyday life, you've got like the triangulation of it. You've got to have them three. You have to have the 3 points of connection, I think, for it to work. Because without it, you're not gonna. It's just gonna be like that. It's got to be the 3, I think.
I don't know where these things are coming from in my head, because it ain't for me. I'm not clever enough. But that's how I feel. And again, going back to that kid in that shop, how would I know? I didn't even live in the area. I didn't know him, I hadn't a clue. No. But blow me, it was true.
Yeah.
And it's the same with the mediumship. I didn't used to do, I know I'll get on people, I used to do all this woo-woo stuff. We used to get up and bosh, it would happen. And we used to have the physical stuff, the physical things going on as well. That's not me, is it? I'm just the conduit, I suppose.
Yeah.
And the idiot standing there if it goes wrong. But it's really strange. I often think about why does it happen? Why me? You know?
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
Are you glad you have this stuff happening to you? Are you like...
Not when I'm on my own, and I'm on my own most of the time. I mean, what shook me was the day I come out of this room. I'd done the Sunday night, went next door, got 6 guitars sitting there, all racked up. One of them, all the strings are undone, flapping around. Now, who did that? I didn't do it. Because I know there's a kid in here messing around my stuff. And I'll sit here laughing about it now, but I won't be laughing about it at midnight. But I don't know why. I don't know. I've got no answers. You know, I've listened to people like trying to get information about this photograph of my daughter, and you've got all these people that seem to know things, but they can't give you the answers. And I'm still looking for the answers. I don't know.
Do you want the answers? Because then it's like
not really. No, I'd like to know. The other night, for example, I know it's your show tonight. Sorry, I'm talking too much. There was a bit of wind blowing, but I could hear, and I told a friend this next day. It was like someone was rampaging through my living room.
Oh.
Did I get up? No, I bloody didn't. I was under the covers, mate. And someone had broken in. Nothing.
No. But this so right. I need to tell you this because I watched a movie last night and I'm glad I watched it. So it's a new movie called The Crow. It was done last year, 2024. It's a remake of the original, but it's better than the original. And I'm watching it last night and it's about this guy. He basically sells his soul to the devil and he's got to send innocents to hell so he can stay alive. And this is where it brings me to like poltergeist activity and all that. When people go, oh, it's a demon, it's this, it's that. I like it when I was on with Kate the other week. It's not a demon. If a demon's going to get you, it's going to get you and it's going to take you and it's not going to ask about going, oh, well, we'll just stop at the shop and get some milk or we'll do this. I just got to tidy this cover up. Do you know what I mean? It's going to get you and it's going to drag you and you're going to know what's going on and you're going to be packing your pants, right? There's no ifs or buts about it. So when you've got a poltergeist, it's shutting cupboard doors, or opening and shutting drawers, or rattling a bit of cutlery about, or making noises of pans of crockery hitting the ground, that's just something trying to scare you, like having a bit of a laugh with you. If it was a demon, it's going to grab you by the balls and drag you to wherever it is it's going to take you. No arsing about nothing. It's got you, you're gone. That's it, end of. If it was something that malicious, it's not just going to rattle a couple of pans, is it? And then let you go home.
See, a lot of people, this started with me when I was about 4 years old. And a lot of people say, well, you know, especially if it's a child, the child is sort of, you know, stressed or distressed or whatever else.
Yeah.
And that can attract things. Quite possible.
Yeah, I get that.
I understand that. But then, as I was adopted, people know, but my grandmother was a medium, a proper one, you know, what I call proper. And it's carried, I'm getting all cold now, and it's carried on all the way through. Whether I did attract them, I can only speak for myself, can't speak for anyone else, but it's happened all through my life.
Yeah.
And I've got, I don't know. Then I started doing this mediumship and all that stuff, which I found quite easy, got to be honest.
Yeah.
And you think, right, yeah, what's going on here? But it's only when you're sitting there on your own, you think, what is all? And then I had that near-death experience, which was weird. But what I'm saying is, I've got no answers, Andy.
No,
I've got none, and I don't think anyone has. Whether it be UFOs, ghosts.
Yep. Yeah. But this is so going back to the poltergeist activity. I'm not saying because we don't know what poltergeists are. It's just, is it German that means noisy spirit or something like that? Yeah. So it could be elementals. It could be spirit of a dead person. It could be grey that's not show, that's invisible and not showing itself. It could be any number of these different parts of the paranormal or something supernatural that's causing this to happen. But I don't believe it's going to be a demon. That's the spin that I'm putting on it.
Do you know how they found the boat at Sutton Hoo?
No. I know about it, but I don't know how they found it.
Well, I was there actually a few weeks ago. But the story goes that Mrs. Pretty had
I remember you telling me.
a friend stay,
yeah,
who was a bit of a psychic, and she saw these like soldiers.
Were they marching through or something?
They were marching around her.
Yeah.
And then Mrs. Pretty saw them, and that's how they found out that they got the guy in to start digging, and then they found this boat. So I think there was a reason that she saw those spirits, because there was all that treasure laying there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's to give them the direction that they need.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
But Mrs. Pretty had never seen any of this before. And it's only her house standing there in the grounds there.
Yeah.
And so I just think, well, these spirit people, well, there's some old girl up there who's into this stuff. We show ourselves. So I'm looking out the windows all the time, Andy, thinking, is there there must be some treasure. There might be some treasure about somewhere.
Yeah.
And if it happens like that, does it?
No. But it's just, I think there's a lot more to it than we think. But it's, like I say, I'm going to keep jumping back to this because it doesn't do me head in. It's just a bit frustrating that people are adamant that it's this. It's like a ghost is a spirit of a dead person. Prove it. Prove to me that that's what it is, because I know you can't. And if you can, then I want proof that you can, as well as the proof that you've done it, if that makes sense. Because we don't know what it is. We know it's happening. We know it's going on. But are we causing it? Back to the question. Are we causing it to happen? Is it because of us? Is it because of the frequency, the energy that we're giving off? It's like when they say when you're in a dark place, you have a lot of negative energy. So that's when you start seeing the shadow people, or bad stuff starts happening. You start getting ill. So if you're resonating at a lower frequency, is that when that's happening? But when you're resonating at a high frequency, you got all the good stuff happening. That makes a lot more sense than a lot of other theories.
Yeah, we will never know. Well, we may do one day. I don't know. I can't tell you what happens. I can only tell people what happens to me. I can't speak for other people. You can either believe it or believe it not. No point in lying about it. But I'm as fascinated now as I was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know. It is really strange.
It is. But I like I said, I like the puzzle of it all. They're trying to work it out. And I also like getting it wrong, because then it's like, right, I can have another shot at it.
Some years ago, back in the 70s, there was a guy, famous author. He was in charge of the Ghost Club. Can't think of his name. And he was at Westminster Halls in London doing a talk. So me and my mate, we've gone to see him. And at the time, we had the ghost, what's it, thing in London, in Tottenham.
Oh, Enfield Ghost.
The Enfield Pod guys, who actually I spent a long time chatting to that girl. So there was things going on in this house. I said, my mate, come, let's go. So we went up to Westminster, see this bloke giving it all that.
Yeah.
And cold. And as he walked up, I said, excuse me, and he just sort of pushed me aside. I thought, you arsehole. All I want to do is ask you a question. Why could so-and-so be happening? So Mr. Big Shot just went, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't bother to ask anymore. I really don't. You know, people ask me questions. I don't know, but I wouldn't just push them aside, you know.
I'll give them what answer I've got.
What you could.
At that moment. And
but
as you know,
if I'm making it, I'm some big shot and know it all, I'd expect someone to ask me a question. I wouldn't just.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's what you're there for.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's like my opinion on stuff changes.
Mm.
It's like we were talking about that UFO thing that I seen the other week. And then next week, I might have some other encounter, whether it's the same thing or something different, that might make me change my mind as to what I actually think it is. But at the moment, it's some sort of UFO, and I haven't got a clue.
No, you just keep.
That's all I've got. I can't give you any more than that without making shit up.
I think if you're meant to see it again, Andy, you will. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Fascinating subject, but that's what keeps us going on a Sunday night or during the week. You know, it's and I'm sure other people ask the same questions.
Yeah. But do you ask the questions wanting the answers or expecting the answer? Or do you ask the questions wanting more questions?
I don't know. I can't explain. It's been going on for a long time, such a long time with me. I've never been able to stop it.
No.
I was given years ago, I went to Spiritualist Church, right? I went in there with a friend of mine, never been here before. And as I walked in the door, a woman turned around to me and she went, "It's you, me, you're the one." Yeah. What? And all these heads turned around, right? "You're the one." Fucking one what? What am I? "You're the one who used to fire pellets up my arse from the window with a pop gun, you know, the old air rifle."
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's about 40 years ago. Anyway, I kind of got friendly with her and I give her a reading. And in this reading appeared a man, this sort of browny colour shirt. She said, "No, I can't take it." Well, a few weeks after that, I moved into this place. And there was a man there, the same man I saw in her reading in her flat. And the family, and it's the little girl, I think, that's come around with me now. And it was like, I saw the whole family, Andy.
Yeah.
That is where I was pulling the weed out of the ground, fell back, broke my leg, broke my ankle, ended up in hospital for God knows how long, and I still can't walk properly.
Wow.
There was also a mysterious fire started there. I thought, I've got to get out of this place. Now, why was that? Did they not want you there? I'd already seen this guy in a reading. You explain it. I can't explain it.
No, I know. I've got nothing.
20 years on, I'm still suffering. I can't get in an aeroplane because I can't afford to get my legs swelling up. What I'd say, don't take up mediumship. Don't even go there. Don't do readings. It's that's weird.
But are you glad you're one of the chosen?
Sometimes. Sometimes. No, I've started writing. I started writing about it. I've got a big list of all the things that have happened that I can remember. It's just something you wouldn't believe it. But I do feel that maybe you are chosen. Perhaps in a previous life we were right little gits, and I thought, well, we'll have you, mate. We'll have you doing something useful.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
I know. See, I'm glad I've had the encounters that I've had, even the ones where I thought, right, this is it. This is the last encounter I'm ever going to have. And I mean, like, I'm not going to be here much longer for anything else to happen. But then I've had the good ones and the weird ones. They're all been weird, though. But the ones that... Not even the ones that make you think. The ones that are just, oh, okay. I think they're the better ones. There was a question that popped up. I didn't know if you'd seen it. It's from Og. What's the best paranormal experience yourself, Andy, has had with Aex?
Meeting me.
Yes.
That's paranormal.
That was, yeah. I'd say it was the orbs. It's got, because it happened twice. And the second time it happened, because you turned to me and went, "Did you just see that?" I'm like, "Yeah." I went, "Did you see the ones like a couple of minutes ago?" And then you're like, "Yeah, I did." And then we started talking about them, and we started to like work out what had just happened. And that was at the tree. But
Yeah.
and that tree, or where that fence is, it drops down into the field. Apparently, is that where the UFO was officially seen on that
Well, no,
Christmas Day or thereabouts?
it was thereabouts. But while you're talking about that, I'll show you the picture of the one I'm trying to get.
Yeah,
That's my daughter at the fence, but we don't know who that person is behind her, and we're still trying to suss that one out. That was at the fence, Andy.
yeah, and that's where we were stood, meaning on the branch where all that weird stuff just started happening.
Yes, but I think when John Burroughs came on here, and I think he said it weren't exactly, where what we call the lemon squeezer is.
Yeah,
It weren't there, but I think it was near the fence, but further in
yeah,
in the
because
woods.
obviously that fence wasn't there at the side. That fence wouldn't have been there back in, was it 1980, 81?
45 years ago.
So
1980.
1980.
Yeah.
So because them trees are not, that wasn't a forest then, was it? Or that part wasn't a forest?
The forest was planted in 1919. And then obviously, I don't know how much it was planted, but I do know that after that thing landed in the forest, why did they have like Geiger counters in the farmer's field? And they looking for radiation, weren't they?
Yeah,
So I
because
think there might have been two.
and they chopped a lot of the trees down as well.
Yeah.
And this happened on the Penturk incident as well in Wales, where these objects were seen in the forest. They've cut a lot of the trees down. People believe the reason for it is to remove any evidence of anything ever happening, so that people can't go in and search for stuff.
Oh, didn't know that.
Apparently.
But I mean,
yeah. Sorry, go on.
I was thinking, I mean, 45 years ago is
It's a long time, isn't it? Yeah.
And whether there's any evidence of any craft there, like bits of metal or something, I don't know. Would have all probably been picked up by now.
Yeah. But as well, that same day, we went to the lemon squeezer. I'm just looking at what Oggs just wrote. We're walking up to the lemon squeezer, and we thought that family had walked in front, the bloke and the woman. They had the two young kids, didn't they? That little lad was about 6 or 7 running about. And I seen 2 white orbs going across. So I'm across the bushes at the back. And I said, "Oh, the parents will walk past in a minute," expecting the mum who had the pushchair, and then the dad. Nothing. No one about. And that was... Was that before or after we stood at the tree? I can't.
That would be before we got to the tree.
So there's 2 white orbs that were looked like they were bouncing across the top of the hedges. And then we went to the tree, and that's where we seen the 2 sets of orange orbs that
That's right.
Right across the floor.
And I've got the photograph somewhere on here of the orbs we saw on the big ones on the leaf. Remember, there was 2 the orbs were on the leaves.
On the leaf.
Yeah. We watched them move, but they're big ones, big things, big orbs.
I'm not sure. I'm going to see if I've got... No, that's not in that folder. Sure, I've got a folder with... oh, there you go. Receive data. No, there's nothing in there from Rendlesham.
But it's it's very quiet now. It's I think it's sort of had its day, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
But don't forget, the message I got my first night was leave the ancients and aliens alone. And it's the ancients, and Joe Turner would tell you this. She knows more about it than me. But it's the ancients, I think, that fire those missiles. And we've heard, Elaine's heard it as well, the chanting of like young females chanting. And there was also a lot of witchcraft down there. Don't forget, there's Simon Holland said a few weeks ago, the king of the British witchcraft or something lives down in Butley. So there's a lot of stuff going on in that place, or there was. Even Alistair Crowley, someone said he was down there for a time doing this stuff. I can't find any evidence of that.
Bodicea and all her clan.
Oh, she was there.
Yeah.
Excuse me, on here in this Suffolk, you have to say Boudica. I've been told.
Right. I said it on purpose.
I know. I've been told. You don't live in London now. It's Boudica. Anyway, whatever. Joking apart, no, you had all that going on, so it's sort of strange old area.
But then, I think the weird bit for you would have been, so we'd parked up, chatting to that woman with the
the dog,
half dead dog that couldn't walk, and then we had the butterflies that started landing on the cat, and then we walked out. You cut across the road and you kind of like follow it up, and then you cut a left off the main track and go up that like man-made track. As we're walking up there, that's where all the butterflies, dragonflies, and grasshoppers were, crickets. There was thousands of them just on that 50-meter stretch.
And that is where I got the photograph of the monks and the hairy fish.
Yeah, and that you said to me, I've never seen it like this ever before.
No.
It was, the floor was crawling. It didn't matter where you walked, you would stand on some of the insects that were there. And you were dodging the dragonflies. They weren't just a little blue, and the big brown ones, a green one, a damselfly, everything. And the butterflies, you could have just laid down and got covered in them. You wouldn't even know.
It was strange. I've never seen that girl with the poor dog, that poor little dog. I felt sorry for that animal.
Yeah.
She could have at least carried it, couldn't she?
Yeah. Well, she said about the butterfly trail.
Never seen it.
But then we seen all them butterflies. And there's no, because you get the wooden stakes, the wooden posts that tell you what trail you're on and how far it is and what direction you go. So,
but I do sadly, if you go into it deeper, I have done it, but I could get lost in it quite easy. I met a woman who appeared and then vanished as quick as she appeared. Wouldn't know where we were going. You go deeper and deeper. There's something going on all the way through. Really, if you can pick up on it.
Yeah. It's like your Elaine is putting both of them saying that might be losing it. You're losing your memory. They're both. Oh, both of us are losing our memory.
It's all right. You won't be laughing.
Yeah.
I'll get the Ouija board out next time.
But it could be it's selecting them for whatever reason and not anybody else.
Exactly.
But when Mike went wandering off into the woods for a moment,
that's right.
He heard voices and seen that he had stuff go on. And that was when we heard the
that's it.
Like on gravel, but there's no gravel.
There's no gravel.
I said, is that you shuffling? You just started laughing. It sounded like someone with their feet going.
That's right.
On gravel.
She's not going to like me saying this. Elaine's not going to like it, but she's not on his show. She can't have it at me. We were down there last year, the year before, with Simon, Elaine's husband.
Yeah.
We're walking what used to be track 7, which is a really I've had orbs there in the daylight. It's a
Yeah.
quite an eerie. Apparently, that's where Boudica used to hang out.
Right.
Anyway, who knows? So Elaine wanders off. Now, whether she's going to have a leak, who knows?
Yes.
Anyway, she can't say anything because she can't get on here tonight. All of a sudden, where is she? And Simon, her husband, he was getting worried. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Where is she? She must have been gone for 20 minutes. We've met up again, but Elaine says she was with us all the time.
She said she didn't go for a pee. How
No,
rude.
she didn't say anything. But whatever she went for.
Yeah.
But she said, no, I was with you. But she weren't.
See, that's happened to me in Beck. There's a consecrated church down the road from us, and I'd gone doing a TikTok video. And you can walk around it, like the perimeter, in less than 2 minutes. She was shouting me. I was just walking around filming. We couldn't see each other. We couldn't hear each other. You are no more than, if I was stood at one end and she was stood at the other, you're no more than 100 foot away from each other. Yeah. So the furthest point we would be away from each other is about 20, 25 foot. Not because of the layout and where we was when we got, and we couldn't hear or see each other. She thought I'd gone to the car and left him. He's like, I'm going to kill him because he knows I don't like stuff like this. So as she's come out from inside the church ruins, there's no roof, there's no windows, it's just big gaping holes. I'm walking up the hill. And we're like, where was you? Both saying the same thing. And we haven't got anything. We don't know.
Elaine says, I was walking beside you.
So do you think she could have gone through a portal and was just on a
I'm not kidding. I mean,
dimension?
I've known her, Elaine and Simon, for about 12 years, maybe longer. And I'm telling you, his face, you could see he was really worried. And I thought, what's going on? But she maintained she was with us. She weren't
Derek there then as well?
No, it was only us three.
Was it? I thought someone else was there.
No, it's just us. And it could be a portal. Just don't know. It's difficult to say. I mean, like people say like that woman who come gliding down that track. I mean, where the hell did she come from?
Yeah,
there's no way you could run like that. You couldn't do it.
No,
but I couldn't run after it because I obviously busted my leg and all that. I can't run. But I know it's mended now, but the pins and there's still a lot of problems with it. But by the time I got up to there, if she'd gone over the fence, I'd have seen her in the farmer's field. If she'd gone straight on Andy, I'd have seen that she wouldn't have got over those.
Well, you can't. Even if you go into the woods, you can still see.
You can still see.
The trees are not thick enough for anyone to hide behind.
And then you get on the track 12, whatever it is now. They change it every week.
Yeah.
But that's the first night I went there. There was Derek, Elaine's brother. And the night before that, Elaine's other brother, I think, was attacked. There was 9 of us there. It was dark, and a voice said to me, "Would you please leave the ancients and aliens alone?" Jesus Christ. I was on crutches then. I was out of that forest, mate. I'm not kidding. It was pitch black. And I thought, I've had an aunt stopping in here. And I think it was a week or so later, I didn't live far, and I thought, I've got this urge to go to the forest on my own. And I've been doing it ever since. That was like 14 years ago.
Yeah. But
we've seen things in here, heard things in there. I don't know. But it's gone quiet now. Who knows?
Do you think it has gone quiet, or you're just not picking up on it?
I think maybe I've had my day there, maybe.
Because it's like Elaine was saying, like, when she's saying that we're losing it and what have you, it could just be that maybe you're not in tune as to what you was before, and they are more in tune. Maybe the frequency has changed, and you're just not getting that.
But I don't know if anyone is.
Don't know, because when I went last time, when we all met up and Tim came along, we'd gone off and we'd gone down the other side where the old hangars are on the airbase. And we could hear, well, same as when you were there, we could hear women talking, like
That's
two
right.
women having a conversation. There's no one about. Even if they was in the hangar of the airbase, you would hear, and it'd be echoey because of the size of them. And it's like just like a giant tunnel, isn't it? But it's all open on one end. So you would have heard, you would have seen something.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you know, things change, atmospheres. Who knows? Or maybe they just fed up with seeing people like us go down there. Who knows what goes on? But the thing is, I've had stuff on my own, and you think, oh, why haven't someone else here? You know. But I tell you what, I did get in my mind. I was down there a couple of months ago, 6 weeks ago. Maybe I've been down there, Kent, and I just popped in.
Yeah.
And I'm walking around, bearing in mind, I'm getting on a bit now as well. And I had COVID and still don't feel, about 3 years ago, I was still a bit puffy.
Yeah.
And as I got past the lemon squeezer, going up that way, it's like a voice in my head said, should you be doing this or something? Worse that effect. On your own. And that's what, and people can laugh, so I imagine it just comes in my head. Should you be here on your own? And I thought, do you know what? Maybe they're right.
Yeah.
Because still puffing and panting because I had pneumonia.
Yeah.
Well, all that crap. And I thought, yeah, and if I fell over, God knows what would happen. No one would find you in there, would they? And
oh no.
And I thought then, I always say to people, you get a thing in your head like that, take note, because where I haven't taken notice and something's happened.
Yeah.
I've had a warning. It's to a lot of people, it probably sounds stupid, but believe me, it's not stupid. It was so powerful. Should you be doing this on your own?
Yeah. No, as soon as I get them, I'm gone. It's not because I'm scared.
No.
It's because I know it's not my own fault.
That's right.
It's not my own feeling. And for me, that's my first warning. And that's a nice and polite. And I don't want to wait to see what the second or the third one is, because I'm guessing it isn't going to be as entertaining as the previous one.
Yeah, I mean, leave the ancients and aliens alone. Well, I don't even know what they were talking about. But
yeah,
but Elaine has been there when we've had things fired at us, and so anyway, yeah. I said, should you be doing this on your own? And I thought, oh my God! And it's like about 5 or 6 mile that walk. Believe it or not, it's a long walk.
Oh yeah.
And I thought, do you know what? Listen. Because something could happen, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Fall over, like anything.
The last time we went and Elaine and Simon had to go, there's me, you, Elaine, Tim and Mike. And we're walking down. I know I spoke about it before. And you'd been to Roy's and got a new torch.
Oh, that's right.
There's only, what's Mike's dog called? Bailey?
Bailey, isn't it? Bailey. Yeah.
So he had a bike light on his harness so he could see him if he ran off. None of us thought of getting a torch out of our bag or pocket and using it to walk down the road. Barely.
Yeah, and I'll just paid £8 for that.
And didn't even use it.
I ain't used it yet.
But why did we not use it? We could see, because we're on that bit of road and it wasn't that dark. But it was dark enough to use a torch.
Yeah, I went to Roy's supermarket in town.
Because you were telling me, because we got there first, didn't we?
They get a torch. Yeah, and I did. Anyway, I still got it in my bag.
Yeah.
I've still got that night vision thing that you talked me into buying.
I didn't even use them.
I have used it a couple of times. I used it on the Isle of Wight as well when it was really dark.
They are good though, aren't they, them ones?
They are good.
Yeah.
I tried to fit it with the attachment. Oh, look, no, can't
No,
work.
I stick it. I put them on a tripod now, so I can sit them down like you would a telescope. Do it that way. You got a little screw bit underneath, a little plate. So I just do it on that.
Barley, the dog's name, not Barney.
Yeah, not Barney, not Bailey, not whatever. Boudicca.
Oh yeah, Boudicca.
Yeah, I knew it was Bar. That was it. As you know, I'm rubbish with names. But yeah, it's like there's 4 or 5 of us and a dog, and not one of us thought of using a torch. And that plays on my mind a bit, because every other place I've been to, and it's got that dark, got the torch out straight away. So was this something telling us not to put a torch on it?
It's because we're all tight kids, didn't want to buy new batteries. That's what it was.
Probably.
Yeah. Actually, I think I've got my receipt. I might go back tomorrow and see if I'm...
Well, I got it's a little clip-on torch. So you get the band to go with it. I'll show you if I can. So it's just that.
Oh,
It's adjustable, and it clips on, but you can take it off and you can clip it onto a peak cap or whatever.
Oh.
And from Millets, Blacks, Go Outdoors, whatever they're called now, they've got all different names, haven't they? And it's bright, so you've got 3 strands of the normal light, then you've got 2 LEDs either side. So you've got 2 red and 2 green, so you can pick for all the different colours. It is good. And I've had it about 2 months. I've used it a few times. I've only had to charge it the once. I just charged it up when I bought it because I didn't know how long it had been in the packet for.
Yeah. I'd like to know, I've never asked this, is another question I'm going to ask. Have anybody ever been to Tunstall Forest? Now, I drive through there all the time to get to Rendlesham Forest.
Tunstall.
Yeah. So coming from, I don't know, Snape, which you would.
Oh, yeah. No, I know Snape. Yeah, because I want to go to that church at Snape, the one right on the corner.
Yeah.
Where you got the snack van in the gravel pit opposite. Yeah. That's how I know where it is.
I've been to St Gregory's.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tunstall, I used to always do a gig, and this gig I did, I was giving a woman a message. And she said, she was talking about Tunstall, but she won't drive through there because someone used to get in the back of her car. And I didn't know. I just give her this message. It was her granddad.
Yeah.
But the point is, this must be stuff in there as well.
Well, it's got to be everywhere.
I've not. Oh yeah, definitely. But I don't know if it's been as much footfall as Rendlesham. I don't think it has.
I think it's just not got the media that Rendlesham got from what happened at Rendlesham. Because how do we know that nothing's happened there? If there's nobody about to witness it, you're not going to know, are you? When I first started doing this, people used to say to me, "Oh, so what's the history behind the place you're going to?" Well, it's been here longer than I have, and there must have been something go down at some point. There must be some sort of energy there. So there's one way to find out is go and investigate, and that's it. You might go because I know people that go to these areas where it's like equivalent to Skinwalker, and they get nothing going on, nothing happens. Yeah, you'll have someone walking like Simon. He was in Leeds near Allen Road, and he out this old woman carrying shopping across the road. But he said she looked all battered and bruised and all that. And when he turned around, she'd gone, but it was like on a cross section, so he couldn't have known where she was. And I said to him, it was like you could have literally helped to like get to the other side. I don't mean the other side of the road, like the other side of what she could have been run over there. Had some sort of accident there and she was trying to move on but couldn't. She needed the help from somebody for her to do it. So if he hadn't have been there at that time, then you're not going to know if anything's ever gone on in that area.
So, but he was obviously able to pick up on this, or she knew that he could pick up on it.
Something happened, yeah. But it could have just been a woman that was crossing the road that just looked a bit ill.
What's this? We've got some religious thing on here now. What's this? Oh,
Happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter. And oh, I'll be in trouble for doing that now. Christ has died, Christ has risen, Christ will come again. I'll tell you something. I was adopted, as you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, my birthday's March the 12th. Just in case anyone wants to know for next year. Well, I met my biological mother, right? I'd seen it over the years. But anyway, I was talking to her and I said, oh, thanks for my birthday card.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Dodge? Very posh. Unlike me. Very posh. She said, no, darling, your birthday was Easter Sunday. I said, you what? She said, yeah. I said, so I might be like the Messiah then. And she was adamant that she put in the Bible the day I was born.
Yeah.
So it could be my birthday today.
Oh.
So I don't know much about me. I don't know when I was born.
So if your birthday's today,
yeah,
then you're going to be the same age as you was.
Yeah, I would, but that's
on what you think is your birthday.
But why did March? Oh, anyway, but a lot of people say that I'm more of an Aries than I'm a Pisces. I think I'm just a twat half the time, but anyway, whatever. But isn't it weird? She said no, and she put this note in a Bible or something, or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I'm a little Easter bunny.
But no, that's the thing, though. So Easter changes every year.
No, she said, well, whatever, but it was March. It was Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
In that year.
Right.
Whatever date it was.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be blowed. Hello, Henry. Cody's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. So really, no wonder I'm confused about things in life, Andy. I don't even know when I was born.
Oh, yeah. That's going to mess
Maybe
with
I
you
wasn't.
Well, isn't it?
Maybe I just popped up.
Could have done.
Like an alien.
Yeah.
And this is where parents screw their kids up, isn't it? No wonder people get screwed up. You know?
But so this always, you can only tell people what you've been taught.
I agree.
Unless you make it up, or you know for certain that whatever you've been told isn't real, and you can, like you were saying before, you can prove that it's not that.
It just come a bit of a shock. It's only a few years ago.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, God. Who else has 2 birthdays a year? So anyway, whoever it is. Oh, the Queen. The Queen. Yeah.
Oh, she did.
She did.
The King now, isn't it? Does he have to? Or does he not?
I bet she's got a few things to say to her, some medium. Oh, Charlie boy.
No, well, he's not too far from you, is he now? Well, he wasn't anyway, Sandringham.
Never been there. I know people have been up there, yeah.
Yeah, you can drive through it. I thought it'd be all fenced off, and it's a massive, massive estate. When I go up to like Heacham and on Stanton and around that area, and coming back, you can cut through Sandringham and you can drive into the grounds. I don't know how far into the grounds you'll get before security comes looking for you, but there's all different driveways into it.
Still don't live anywhere near that, really. I'm further down south, but I know what you mean. Yeah, I've actually been there. Yeah. But weren't the royals supposed to be reptilians? We had this question last week, funny enough.
Yes. Let's see. Would we ever know?
I don't know. Well, I'm not going to get near enough to find out. Oh, nope. Your psoriasis is a bit bad today.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll probably get banned from YouTube tonight.
It's fine.
I told you I got thrown off TikTok for a nodding alien. So that makes sense, does it?
No, I don't like TikTok anyway.
Oh, don't
you? I watch videos on it. I don't upload anything on there anymore.
I think it's the most entertaining thing on. Really?
Instagram's better than
Is it?
Facebook. No,
Oh,
no,
I don't really go on it.
no. They're all probably about the same, but it's just finding the right channels or the right connections when you go on them.
I don't know. Just I changed my probably been able to moan the old git or the mad old git. Maybe I'll get more views then. Or the man with two birthdays. Is that film, The Man with Two Brains? I never know.
Yeah. Go for that one.
I don't know. I've talked crap, don't I? Anyway, got to, haven't you, really?
Yeah.
So on my motorbike, Andy, look, that was a gift from one of my fans. Look, can you see that? That mosaic?
Oh,
look at that.
Very nice.
Hey? All gifts welcome.
Have you still got it?
What, my bike?
Yeah.
No, I come off the Kawasaki and injured. Now I've got an injured shoulder anyway from something else. But I stopped at the bike. I was telling about this last week. I used to go along I can't remember the name, not the A249, the other one, past the showground on my bike, on this Harley. And each time I went there, clamped on the brakes, stopped the bike. A mate of mine phoned me and he said, that stuff you believe in, that weird stuff, yeah. He said, just before as you get to that showground, it was an accident with a guy on a bike. And I used to get an impression of a Suzuki GSXR 1100 when they were the blue and white fairing, the blue and white machines. And I thought, what? So whether someone had pulled out of this lay-by and the bike's hit it, he used to have a panic attack on the bike and grabbed the brake. So it was either picking up. But no, I've got these injuries, things I think last night I wouldn't want a trike, but it's not worth it. I think if you're not fit, you shouldn't really be on them. Seriously, it's they're heavy old things to ride and keep up, you know. But I have fun, you know. It's got to know when to stop, Andy.
I know. But do you want to stop?
No, a bit like doing this. When do I stop?
Yeah. I know.
When do I stop playing the guitar? Well, I've done that about 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
But no, you just keep going. If people watch you and have a laugh, you can have a laugh, can't you? And it's something to do. Yeah. I mean, I should do more during the week, but you're on about 3 or 4 times, aren't you?
No, not now. Only do Wednesday.
I don't know. I don't know. Could do with something else, I suppose.
But
you've got to keep me up, mate. Again. But you've got to get the guests. You've got to, each time you've got to find more and more guests, and it's quite difficult.
Yep. It's like, so I've dropped the Fridays, not doing the podcast on a Friday anymore. That's more for like specials.
Right.
So we're keeping that for specific stuff, but that's only going to be going out to members of YouTube and Patreon anyway.
Okay.
So if you're not a member, then you don't get to watch it. It's just to give something back for people that have out supported the channel for the last 3 years or however long it is.
You'd be surprised how long it is.
Yeah. And then doing one tomorrow about 4 o'clock, only because the guy's in California. So it's getting him on at the right time. So it's going to be 8 a.m. for him, 4 p.m. for us. So it's only going to be for about an hour. And then got a few conferences and events coming up that I'm going to be going to, and hopefully do a couple of live streams from each of them. I'm going Cannock Chase on 10th of next month, down in Somerset at the end of May. Do an investigation up here on the 17th of May. That's why I can't go to Rendlesham next month. This has been planned for about 6 months now. So
when you go on these investigations, I mean, what you take all the gear, I suppose.
I used to take loads of stuff with me, but now I'll get it all out, put it on the table. I've got it on all the little, like the little locking boxes with the blue handles that you lock the lid.
Oh, blimey, someone's asked me a question. Better answer this. What style music do you play? Oh, no, I don't know. You ask other people. I've always been a lover of the blues since I was a little kid, really, when I first heard it. So more of a blues player. I started off with guitar. Then when I was 14, I went to a youth club, which I don't think we were supposed to go at that age. And they had a band, and I had the bass player. Wow, I'd have some of that, because everyone wanted to be a singer, didn't they? So I did that for a long time, and then I went back to the 6 strings, blues most of the time. Had some good times, had some good gigs, had some spooky stuff happen with them as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was then. You've got to keep plodding on it, really.
Yeah.
So anyway, finding guests and all that for these things and investigations. What puts me off of investigating is what you said earlier. How do you know you're not going to pick something up and take it home?
Yeah, but my thought on that is you could do that going to the shop.
Oh, agree. Yeah, agree.
So,
see what I picked up last time.
yeah. But it is though. But it's like you said about what do you take on investigation. Same as what I do when I come to Rendlesham. I'll grab a few different bits and pieces, and then decide what I'm going to use, what I'm feeling when I get there. Right. We just walk about, chatting, having a laugh. We don't go, right, we're going to sit here, we're going to do this. It's not precision like you see on the TV, because that's not me. It's not what I do. I've tried doing it that way and it don't work.
That's why I was no good. I couldn't do all that meditation. I ain't got to.
See, I do that, but I do that usually before I do a live stream. If I've been at work all week and it's like, right, I need to just bring myself back down to a normal level, nice and chilled, then I'll meditate for about average about 30 minutes.
Yeah. No, I'm interested. I mean, I don't do investigations.
You just go out.
Just go out and about.
Yeah, but it's like if we go out for a walk, I'm still looking. I'm still looking on the ground, looking in the air, looking around, seeing what's going on.
I agree. That's about it. You that's all I do. I suppose, really, you should take maybe a recorder. You use your phone, couldn't you, as a voice recorder, and maybe a meter like that one up there, the old KE2.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're the same as the ones I've got.
Yeah, I've got the other one as well.
The digital one, the trimeter.
Because when we was in Rendlesham, I had that, didn't I?
You had the analog,
the K2, and you had and we had that activity, didn't we?
On the tree.
On the tree. Yeah. I've been back, and it's never happened since.
No, nothing.
No.
Yeah, because when we went and I tried it on the tree, and it's like,
and
I don't know if it was the same tree, but it was the same vicinity.
Yeah, it was the same tree. It was there that day.
Yeah.
But gone the next,
And we heard the humming.
Yeah.
We thought it was bees or hornets or something, and nothing there.
There's another part where they said Mr. Crowley used to get up to his party tricks, but I'm still not sure. But we were there, Mike, Elaine, Simon, myself. I think size 8 was there as well. And this wind, it was a hot day, and the wind just came up like a tunnel of wind. And whenever Elaine goes in there, now she comes over feeling a bit queasy. Anytime, each time. Yeah. What's this? Oh, we'll try it at the tree. You just got to keep going and trying. I mean, the things that we've had over the years, and the things you do as well, it might be that a lot of people when I was younger, they say it's the timing of it.
Yeah.
That these things happen, It'd be interesting to know. don't know if we've been. No, I've not been down there on the night the craft landed, which was Boxing Day, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, because the first night official was Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Then Boxing Day.
Boxing Day, wasn't it?
Then it was nothing happened the day after, and something the day after that. But apparently, 2 weeks prior to that, there was stuff that was seen, and the military knew that something was going on.
Mm. Yeah, it's. I've not been down there on that night, but
No.
Simon Holland was saying, that it's like maybe the bases are under the sea, but someone else has said that on here, that they're under the water there. Apparently, the offshore fishermen, inshore fishermen, whatever you call them, have seen lights coming up from under the water. I haven't heard this for myself. Is what people have told me.
Yeah.
So I need to get out and make some inquiries. It's.
But
I'm sure there are things under.
It's finding the right people to ask as well.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get that one person. It's going to be like, I wish I'd never set out.
I know. I know. Yeah. I was in the supermarket the other day. Right. I don't know if you're on here. I don't think anyone really watches me anyway. But anyway, I'm standing here, and one of these geezers is on. He wasn't a security bloke. He was just somebody hanging out there. And he's seen me, and he looked at me like that. His eyes are locked on.
Yeah.
And he's come right towards me, looking at me. What the shit? What's he on? I might complain, actually.
Did he not say anything to you?
Nothing. Just oh my God, talk about creepy.
Strange.
I thought he might say, can I have your autograph? So he didn't. Some weird people about Andy. Whoa.
Tell me about it.
Well, some real strong people. Oh, dear, oh Lord. I don't know what that was all about. I'm going in there again Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got my car, have I? It won't be repaired, so I've got on a bus.
Yeah.
That's a thing in itself.
See, I don't mind getting the bus now and again. I think
I don't mind, actually.
Because I drive all day for work, so it's a nice break.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right on the old bus, If this carrier's in there again, I'll see if he does it again.
Yeah.
Whoa, creepy.
So what was this? Security or just something that was...
No, it wasn't security, just some character that worked in there. They hang around by the tills, don't they? Self-service things. And he's just like locked onto me like a bloody missile.
Well, do you think it could be, you said when you used to do the mediumship, your face had changed, and you've sent me photos of it where you look completely different. Do you think it could be that?
Look at this, guys. I've got to show you these. Oh, no, I don't. Yeah, look. Yeah, this is me. Especially all you people have never seen me before. I don't know if this happens. Right.
Because when you first sent them to me, I'm like, why are you sending me photos of some random bloke?
That's me, right? That's not doing any mediumship. It's just sitting in the living room. Someone else was taking the pictures, right? I look like I'm going to commit a murder there.
Yeah, look a bit in shift there.
And then I God blind, I get on pictures now. Remove. And then I just don't know. That's don't see. I can't even get rid of them now, Andy. Look at that. Oh my good God, what's happening now? And I'll remove.
Yeah.
From studio.
Oh, do click on.
That's it. And then I've got these others as well, right? These are the ones I sent you, I think. Got them two. And then there's this one. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I do change like that. Good God, no, I can't put a bird. And I've said this before, was in Joe Turner, Joe, we went out to the job one night. She was doing the runes and I was doing this meeting. And there was a Scottish bird there. And I'll give this message. And behind us stood a Scotsman, he had all the gear.
Yeah.
Well, that night, we didn't know, but Sean Connery passed away. Anyway, I think I know who this character is because he's been in a circle. A guy called D.D. Hume. Fascinating guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've seen him and I was in the supermarket, not the same one I was in the other day, and all of a sudden I start talking all kind of new and all that, you know. Now, I know I am more Scottish than English, but that's not the point. And as I said, D.D. Hume was a fantastic medium. But I don't want him hanging out with me because what he did, he was up 3 floors of a building. He went in one room, went out the window, and was outside the other room with people watching, Lord of Dare and people, and he was hanging in mid-air.
Yeah.
Levitating. And I don't like heights, Andy. I only ever work on the ground floor. And and people laugh, but when you see these pictures of this transfiguration, I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah. Do you not feel anything?
I used to feel a bit of, but no, it used to happen. And then, of course, I'm walking around the shop thinking, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll go, look like something, a reptilian or something.
But they might be able to see your face changing, and that's why they're locked in on you.
Oh, God, if you'd seen him, you would, I'm not kidding. What the what's wrong with him? Oh, come straight down. Like that. God almighty, what's wrong with the people? I think they've been in the alcohol aisle, that's what I reckon. But you don't know, do you? Seriously, about this transfig used to kind of worry me sometimes. Yeah. But people have seen me transfigure, I think when I used to do the live gigs. But maybe sometimes you feel something. I don't know, I can't really remember. But that night I worked with Joe, we did that gig, and I said to her, "You ain't gonna believe this." And he used to come into the circle as well. It's really strange. I mean, people look at you, think you're nuts, but this is what used to happen.
Yeah. Same
as you do the table tipping. We used to do the table, and I've had a big table pin someone to the wall. I've got witnesses to this. The table's just shot forward and pinned someone to the wall.
Nah, I'd be gone.
But this is on a demonstration. Well, they paid to come. They paid to come and see me. You've got to give them something to, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Better than all that. Hello, I think Granny's here. And all that, you know, they used to have a bit of activity going on. But
yeah, suppose you're getting your money's worth, aren't you?
Yes, well, you say get your money's worth. Yeah. And I don't know. I can't explain it. I forgot all about that, but you could be right. But if I transfigured like that, the person or the spirit, whoever's behind my daughter in that other photo.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It's too complicated for my little brain.
Have you ever tried to transfigure?
Yeah. I used to sit in the cabinet.
Yeah.
You know, they call it sales cabinet. I've got some videos of that. And another thing, you have to ask permission. If I didn't ask permission, the batteries would drain. In the camera.
Yeah.
But I've got photographs of big orbs, I've got all sorts of things going on, but I didn't need to do that. It just used to happen, mate.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I get these funny looks when I'm out.
I reckon it is that. That'd make more sense than anything else.
I keep saying
either that or you live in a place where it's full of nutters.
Leave the good looks alone, I say. Good. Then when you can't pull anything, couldn't even pull a muscle at the moment. No, but seriously, not on a shut up phone. But not that I'm looking to. I've had enough of all that. But seriously, if you don't know what's going to happen, scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's scary. And it's not me messing around. It just, I saw him. I was totally shocked. Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
I need to get a what's it medium on here, a proper bona fide physical medium.
Yeah. Yeah. There's plenty of them out there.
Yeah, but are they? I mean, are they? I don't know. Somebody who does transfiguration who could explain that to me, because I don't. I have a laugh and show, but I don't bullshit people. I don't make things up. Never have done.
There's no point. There's no point.
It scares the life out of me. Used to. I don't even know how I ended up doing it, because I was so frightened of all this. But yeah, it could be. Perhaps I transfigured. Perhaps I look like he's dead granny or something. You don't know, do you?
Well, it could be, but I've not witnessed it. I've seen it. Like probably about 2 years ago now. I'll just tell you quickly. There's a woman there's a bloke on the left hand side of the road walking his little white dog on a red lead, and I was pulling up at this house, so I'm looking for the numbers as I'm driving down. And by the time they'd crossed over the road, this bloke was now a woman. And I only know it was the same person because he had this dog on the lead. If they hadn't have had the dog, I'd have just thought it's a different person. I won't fight him. But she was staring at me like that. Right? And she's about 30 foot away. And I'm sat in the van and I'm writing stuff down, ready to do this job. I kept looking up and I'm like, I'm going to fucking shout something in a minute, because you did my head in, just proper gaunt staring. And this dog's just running about, and do the job, come back out, and this woman's gone. I'm like, well, I would have seen her walk past me. Yeah, there's a couple of bends in the road, but straight enough that you could see a couple of 100 yards either way. So I'm driving down, and I'm looking. There's only houses on one side. There's a big open field on the left, so I would have seen her in the field. So I'm looking like up the pathways, up the driveways. She wouldn't have been able to walk down to a house and then get into the house before I got level to where she was. Nowhere to be seen.
Weird, mate.
Mad. That was...
When I was 14, my mum died when I was 13.
Yeah.
And we used to do the paper round, which was a good fiddle, packs of 200 cigarettes and cigars in the old bag before they put the papers in. Down to school, and they flocked the fags to the kids, cigars to the teachers. Good little business. But he said they wanted a job helping on the milk round. Yeah. 2 days over the weekend, same money. Yeah, all right. Got to the first house, and he said, go over there and knock on the door and get so much money. I'm not kidding you. The woman opened the door was my mum, who died a year, more or less to the day. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
And I never, ever went back to that house again.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know. Probably you little sod. I don't know. I don't know. But where I used to live, she was around. She was in the back of my car one day. She said hello to me.
Yeah.
And I bet she's probably around. There has been things that have come through where she's had a moan about me and that.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't understand that. But there you go. And some other things that I'm not going to. Over the years, things have been said. Very strange, though. But that was definitely my mum.
Yeah.
So you never be surprised, actually, what you find, what you see.
No.
Just come on here and tell us.
Yeah, that's it. But it's like, people said to me, how did you feel at the time? I'm like, well, nothing. It was just an moment. Some of them have been wow, like as I got older, but most of them are just like, yeah, this happened today. Like a dog crossed the road, or I knocked to drink over on the tape. Do you know what I mean? Something happened out the ordinary, but nothing spectacular about it.
It's just very, very, very strange. Interesting.
Yeah. Not everything. Some things have been like amazing stuff that I've seen, but the majority has been pretty boring. To be honest with
So,
you.
have you been amazed on here tonight, Andy?
Every time, every single time.
Every time. It's that time to go.
I know.
Next, well, Elaine's put a thing up. Thanks for watching tonight's show of Aex and guest Andy. Thank you. Next week, I haven't got this is when my brain starts. Like, we've got Mike Millwood. I haven't even got my calendar here, but Mike's on next week.
Cool.
Another Rendlesham refugee. And it's nice to see all these people come on. Whoever I've seen some of these before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was different, wasn't it? It was, we always turns into a bit of a general
bit of everything. Yeah, but I think they're the better. I think they're the better ones because we're not concentrating on one or two specific things.
Yeah, it's just a bit of fun on a Sunday night or whatever. And
yeah, why not?
Mike's I should have a haircut. You're all right, Mike. There's no excuses. Barbers are all shut anyway. They're on holiday.
Just stick your hat on. You'll be all right.
What's this? Renee Cruz. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Yeah. Oh, holy shizzle, frizzle, knizzle. What? The lights are flicking and strobing in my room right now. I'm scared. It's my mum and dad and brother's ghosts. Oh, God. Don't be scared.
No.
Oh, God. That freaked me out. For sure.
Yeah, I'd be moving out.
Yeah. She don't live near us, does she?
No. I think she's in America.
It's in America. Yeah.
Over that way anyway. Yeah.
Well, Renee Cruz, you always want to come on here and have a chit chat for an hour or two. Anytime. Anybody is really.
Yeah.
Anyone. As long as you have a laugh and a bit of fun on it,
Yeah, just enjoy it.
Just enjoy it, really.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I still get nervous before we come on.
No.
But I think that's in case something goes wrong with the internet, like it used to.
Yeah, I get frustrated, not nervous.
I kind of feel like I did for when I'm on the stage, really. Weird. So, yeah, but
well, that's why I meditate. So I can get into the zone of doing it without thinking about it.
Never worked for me, mate.
Just try it. I'll send you some.
No, I don't like it. I can't stand sitting here.
No. No. I listen to music when I do it. There's a certain type of music that works.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could sit there and I could listen to speak like whatever I want. Yeah, I suppose I could do that, but
that's all I do. I don't meditate doing all that with the symbols and nah.
Oh, look. Yep. There
you go.
I'm talking a foreign language here. Are you? Did you know that these idiots that run this country now, if you say, "Can you speak English?" that's called hate crime. What?
Oh yeah, I seen something about that the other day.
Yeah, I think I better be quiet here. Anyway,
I have nothing to say on that.
Yep. Thank you. Awesome live UFO guys. Oh, nice one. Cheers.
There you go.
And I'm not laughing at you. Just made me laugh reading that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, got to be careful what you're saying here, Andy. We get banned.
Oh, won't be the first time.
I've been banned from better places.
I remember I got banned from a club once, and I'd never been in it before. I've had
that. You look like someone.
Yeah. He goes, you was in here the other week. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't even live around here.
Yeah, get turfed out.
Yeah. Well, it's probably shit anyway. Don't want to go in.
I look back at anything. I've never really been in lots of trouble, but there's always something, I don't know, it's
yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean.
Playing in a band, we was doing a gig, we were doing something one night, and a bloke said he could play.
Yeah.
And he didn't do nothing all night. Mate, he was all right, Wilkes. Why lie to people?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. There's winging it and there's winging
But
it without,
I don't even know, I
without
can't
any
remember how
wings.
it happened now, but it's something must got stage fright.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's worry. It's all good fun. Anyway,
Yeah.
guys, it's been nice to see you all. Well, can't say I see you all because we can't see anybody, but
See the names.
thanks for joining us. Come on again. And who knows? It could be your turn next. We'll pick one of these names out of the hat.
Could do that. I
Yeah,
might do that, you know.
I know. I've got an idea now. I think that Renee, she looks up for it, like a chat.
Just give them, just put everyone's name out of the chat in a hat, pick it, and make them come on.
Yeah, say come on.
Yeah.
All right, Andy.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. Oh, it's a day off tomorrow, isn't it? Bank holiday.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah, no, I need a day off.
I've had 3 and it don't feel like I've had any, to be honest. Feels like I've been at work every day.
Last time I worked was 20 years ago.
Going off now.
This is no. Tell you what happened. I had this accident, and and I was in so much trouble. And the doctor said to me, "It's my birthday, one of my birthdays, 12th of March."
Yeah.
He said, if I told you couldn't work or do anything anymore, how would you feel? I said, ecstatic, doc.
Yeah. I'd be like, what? Where do we sign?
Gave me HGV license back, PS for all of it.
Yeah.
Well, you said leave it. So I jacked it in. Ecstatic.
Yep.
What's this? Baby with a laser. Me and Alex can have a live blues jam. Yeah, good idea. Yeah.
That'd be good. That'd be good. That.
Sometimes fancy going out and having a blow. You know, I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
Getting a car strap, isn't it? Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, there you go. Well, I'm going to say adios, Andy.
Aye.
And I shall play us out with a bit of music, which is mine, not bloody copyright.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to shoot off as well.
Okay.
Because my gammon and eggs are waiting.
Ooh, gammon and eggs. Blimey.
Being looked after today.
Anyway, Andy, I'll may talk to you in a week or something or whenever.
Yeah. I'll give you a shout of the extended weekend.
Yeah, I do watch during the week, here and there.
Yeah.
All right,
cool.
mate.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. Pay us later. And I don't know. See you in whenever. If I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Right.
And here we go.
Oh, yeah.